Hello, my name's Scott Perry. I'm a professional magician and this is a magic review.
It's a kind of magic.
In today's review, we are looking at Mesika Ring Flight by Yigal Mesika. The TLDR on this is that it's fantastic. I see the Mesika product range as the Apple of magic. Expensive, but well-engineered and well-designed products. I don't think this is any different. And I see it as somewhere in between Dave Abonsal's Ring Flight Revolution, which is roughly double the price of this, at 100 to 120-ish pounds, and Illusionist's Ring Flight, which was released a few years ago, which was a much more simple method and significantly cheaper. So I think this, at £65 approximately, is a perfect in-between product and it's accessible for everyone. And it also looks nice. I'll come on to those details later in the review. For now, this is the TLDR, and I think that this is a fantastic product. I do have one concern about it, but I'll touch on that in the final thoughts. So if you watch this review all the way through, you'll see my concern later on in the review. That is my TLDR though. It's fantastic. But what is it? It's a classic ring flight plot. So basically you take someone's finger ring, it disappears, and then it ends up attached on your keychain. It's as simple as that. It's a disappearance and reappearance of a person's finger ring. The premise and the plot of the magic trick is no different from any other ring flight. The thing that's different with Mesika Ring Flight is the gimmick that you receive. What do you get? You receive this little box, and inside the little box you receive a key, like so. It's a very minimalist little key, which I love in comparison to other ring flights. And it has this, I believe this is called a lobster clip that is used to hook the ring onto. So that is what you receive in terms of the gimmick. You also receive a key ring. I have changed it out for a black key ring because I think that, I don't know, it just looks a little bit more aesthetically pleasing and suits my character and suits the clothes that I wear. But that's what you receive in terms of the gimmick. The key is just a plain key. It's uncut. Some things in the world do use plain kinds of keys like this, so it's not completely out of the ordinary, but just know that this is not cut. And then on the side of the box, there is a link to the tutorial. The tutorial is roughly 30 minutes long, but only 18 minutes of that is instructions to do with ring flight. There are 2 routines followed by a teaching of the ring roll, which is a really nice flourish of a finger ring. But I can't show you that because I haven't practiced it, so I'll put a clip up on the screen of that. And that's overall what you receive, 18 minutes of instruction. It's very good instruction. I do think it's missing something, which I'll touch on in the final thoughts. Maybe it's not essential, but I'll discuss that later. And the rest of the video is actually Yigal talking about the Mesika product range. I don't think that's completely necessary. I think lots of people are already aware of the Mesika brand and what it offers. But yes, 18 minutes of instruction and then like 13 minutes of basically talking about the Yigal Mesika product range. That is what you receive with Mesika Ring Flight. How easy is it? It's pretty easy. There's only a little bit of audience management. There's no sleight of hand. This does all of the work for you, and it doesn't get much more simple than that. You can perform it both with a jacket on, in a t-shirt. There are certain restrictions on performances depending on what you're wearing, but you can perform it pretty much wearing anything. No sleights. This does everything for you, apart from a couple of small things, couple of small handlings, but as I say, they're not sleights. So I think that people from beginner magicians all the way up to pros can perform this pretty well with just a little bit of practice. I would say that it's the audience management side that will require a little bit more experience, but I'm pretty sure most people could perform this with relative ease. Reset time is instant, as you would imagine. Once that key is on this lobster clip on your keychain, once you take that ring off and you give it back to them, you're instantly reset. There's no other kind of hookup to think about. This just goes back in your pocket and you're ready to go again. Yigal does teach you a get ready so that you can be even more ready, but he also teaches you a handling where literally the keys are in your pocket and you're ready to go anytime, anywhere. I just want to interrupt the review for a second. Please do subscribe to this channel. Please do support this channel. Share the reviews if you find them useful. The more this channel grows, the more reviews I'll be able to do. I'm doing this to try and help everyone to make good choices and not regret buying bad magic or poorly made magic. So please do support this channel as much as you can. I really do appreciate it. Back to the review. Angles are pretty good. I would say that you can certainly perform this 90 degrees, 180 degrees in front of you. If you're performing this with a jacket, potentially 360 degrees with an audience all around you. It depends on the kind of jacket and how long it is and that kind of thing. So there are some restrictions. I would say it's quite risky if you have people behind you, but is possible. If you're performing in a t-shirt or in less clothing or a vest or anything like that, then I would say that you're looking at 90 degrees or 180 degrees in front of you, and probably you will have to turn your body just slightly to the side. But there aren't any major concerns when it comes to angle restrictions for this. Pocket space is fantastic as well. One of the things that I really love about the Mesika Ring Flight is that it's small and minimal. Lots of the other ring flights are a little bit more bulky and have things poking out and just take up a lot more space in your pocket. The thing that I love about this is that it's so slimline and minimalist, which suits my style. Does it suit your style? I don't know, that's for you to decide. But I do think this is a great option in terms of taking up very little pocket space. And that is all there is to say about pocket space, which brings me on to my final thoughts. The one concern that I mentioned earlier on in the review is that in the instructions, there's no segment or no part that tells you how to repair this. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. So I don't know if it's because this is very unlikely to break. And as I said at the beginning, Mesika products are really well engineered and they're well designed. So maybe this isn't going to break. But if you do happen to break it, there is no instruction on how to fix it. That is a little bit of a downfall. I don't know if that's because of how they're made and the technology that's used, which is patented by Yigal Mesika himself, and maybe it's to protect the inner workings of this. It is very robust. It does seem like it's going to last. I haven't given it months and months of testing yet, but time will tell whether this will hold up to a working magician's repertoire. But if it does, I do think it's fantastic and also fits a good price point, roughly £65. It's middle of the road, not too expensive for the more expensive ring flights, and not too cheap because you're getting a high quality product. The other thing that I would like to mention is when you're reeling in your audience to the performance, it's very quiet and it might be a little bit slower than you're usually used to with a gimmick like this. So it's fast, but slower and less tension than there is on other ring flights in the market. I really like that. For me, I don't usually perform with spectators' finger rings because I don't want to damage any of their jewelry. But with this, I'm pretty safe and happy knowing that this isn't going to damage anything. I think that's everything. I have an event for Aston Martin next week, so I'm probably going to road test this there as well. And yeah, I can't recommend this product enough. Thank you so much for Yigal and the Mesika team for sending this review copy to me. They are one of the very few magic companies who actually send me anything. And they have no requirements. I have no obligation to say anything that they want me to. I'm just being honest in the same way as I am with every review that I do, unlike some other reviewers. And also, perhaps other magic producers are a little bit scared about what I might say about their products. So thank you so much to Yigal and the Mesika team for supporting my channel. I hope you found this review useful. I hope you found it helpful. If there's anything that I missed off that you have a question about, leave it in the comments below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can with an answer. I'll be as open as I can, as I am with every one of my reviews. And yeah, if you do go out and buy this, enjoy it. I think it's a great product. I'll see you in the next review.